This must be a bad dream.
How are you, Kamala? It's been a while, huh? So what are you doing here? Hey, why don't you join us in playing some Dungeons and Dragons?
I was over for dinner with Jill last week. We asked if you would join us, but you stayed in your room playing Cooking Mama for hours, Joseph. And I'm here to play Dungeons and Dragons with you. Thus, why I've created this character. Ben helped teach me a bit how to play.
Wow, real prepared. You always like this? Did you make a binder? You seem like the binder type.
Multiple tabs, color-coded. You know I'm organized, Joseph. We worked together for years.
Huh?
Would you just shut up, Joe?
Oh, okay.
Well, glad to have you joining us, Kamala. I'll reach my hand out to shake yours and introduce myself as Barthen. So you're new to town, right?
Correct. I've only arrived from Neverwinter. My sister had told me of all the problems occurring as of recently and warned me not to come visit yet. I just couldn't help myself, though. Imagine all the information we could miss out on documenting.
So you're from Neverwinter as well? I don't believe we met. Sildar Hallwinter, member of the Lord's Alliance. This is my old friend Gundar Boulderfell, who has been helping us out around town for a little bit.
I'll hold my hand out to Cadla.
I'll give him a proper greeting, a hand on the shoulder and a firm handshake. I've heard mention of you, Sildar, but no, we've never met. A pleasure to meet someone who has done so much for Neverwinter. And who might you two be?
Donnie Thane.
Not much for conversation, I see.
Hi, I'm Jorkus. Jorkus Rosie Bottom. I'll tip my super cool hat.
Oh, Rosie Bottom, lovely.
Thank you. Got it from my parents.
No shit.
Well, Cadla, we can definitely show you to the inn, but I'd also like to hear about what kind of knowledge you're hoping to gain while here. Well, before that, we came here on business. Harbin said that you had some problem that needs solving, Barthen.
Barthen looks to you, nervously adjusting his clothing and rubbing the back of his neck.
Right, yeah, about that. It's those blasted goblins again. One of my clerks that works here from time to time, Ander, caught them out back by the well. He said they were vandalizing the well, and sure enough, when I went outside to check, the thing was nearly falling over. Ander helped me to secure it a tiny bit, but a lot of the brick fell down the well, along with the goblins that jumped down there when he went to go scare them off. Let me go find him real quick.
Barthen disappears into the back of his shop, looking for Ander. Shortly after, Barthen returns with a teenage halfling, wide-eyed and eager to share his account of what happened. He speaks in a very fast pace.
Oh, so it was like this, right? I was just coming out back to toss out some leftover grain husks when I saw them. 3 nasty little goblins poking around the base of the well. One of them had this weird stick, looked kinda like it was glowing, and they were jabbering about going back to the rest, whatever that means. So I shout right, and they all look at me like I'm a roasted chicken, real hungry like. And then poof, they bolt. All of them hop in the well like it's a party slide. Brick crumbles, whole side collapses. I run to get Barthen, and now the well's a mess. They didn't even steal anything but some of the bricks from the well. What's the point?
Breathe, kid. We can go take a look, but you've got to calm down.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I just get real excited when people actually listen to me. No one usually does. Well, except Barthen.
I like your energy, Ander. You're like a wily kobold. Reminds me of myself back in my youth.
What could the goblins mean by back to the rest? The rest of their clan, maybe?
That could be it, but why would their clan be sitting under Barthen's well?
Perhaps it's a location, or perhaps it's a euphemism. Back to the rest. What if it means back to the resting place? A burial site? An ancient ruin? Goblins don't usually establish permanent underground settlements unless they've got a reason.
Do we let her keep going?
Yeah, screw it. Let's just go check out the well.
Could be a shrine, or worse, something they found. I'll have to think on it and check my notes.
Right. You do that, Cadla. Let us know if your notes reveal a goblin civilization under Phandalin, or if they just like crawling in holes.
Well, Ander the kobold, lead us to your crumbled well. If we're lucky, the goblins left behind a few surprises.
I'm actually a halfling, but it's, oh boy, yeah! Follow me, it's right out back, but watch your step. The edge is real crumbly-like. I almost lost a boot.
Ander leads your group out the back door of Barthen's Provisions. The yard behind Barthen's Provisions is cluttered with crates, barrels, and discarded supplies. At the center lies a stone well, half collapsed on one side. Bricks are scattered around the grass, and the rope and pulley bucket system now hangs limply over the gaping hole. Ander looks to your group, with his typical over-exaggerated facial expressions over the past few minutes you've known him, gone and replaced with worry.
Barthen is hoping that you can all help us out with the water issue this has caused, but I think we're better off getting our water from elsewhere. The well has been totally dry, and it must be the work of those goblins.
This well has been of great use to the town, Ander. There's not too many other locations nearby where you can reliably get water like this.
Go ahead and make a persuasion check really quick, Sildar.
I got a 13, Ben.
Exactly what you needed. Nice. Ander shifts nervously again before providing you with some worrying information.
Whenever I've used this well, sir, nightmares. Nothing but nightmares. It's fine to drink, but whenever I've drawn water from the well, I've had nightmares that same night. I think it's for the best this thing stay destroyed. I think it's cursed.
Ander looks to the well, obviously scared of it. He then wishes you all the best before heading back inside.
Nightmares, huh? That's more than goblins.
Could be some kind of arcane residue.
Goblins crawling around a collapsed well is one thing. Cursed water and nightmares, that's another. We need to find out what's really down there.
Interestingly enough, Gundar, as the group deliberates their next moves, you notice something subtle as you stand by the well. Your perception is enough to recognize low, gurgling sounds emerging from the well. They're faint, but they're there.
Hold on, guys. Something's down there.
What do you mean?
There's something down there, some kind of growling, I think.
Make a nature check, Gundar.
Only an 8.
You aren't able to determine anything else beyond the noise itself. The faint sounds fade in and out. And as the rest of you listen in, you also hear the same thing that Gundar did.
It must be those goblins. Are we going down there?
I've got a feeling they may have taken another stone just like they did from the miners' exchange. We need to find out if they did, and if so, why. The rope probably isn't secure anymore, so do any of you have some?
I have some, no worries. I'll find a spot to secure my rope, Ben.
Donnie, you uncoil your rope and anchor it carefully to a heavy, half-buried supply crate near the well. You test the weight, solid enough for descent. The air from the hole grows colder as you peer down. The growling sound fades again, replaced by a low, wet drip, drip, drip. Above, the daylight still shines, but inside the well, darkness yawns open.
Most of us aren't able to see well in the dark, so I'm assuming we'll need a light, Ben?
Yeah, unless you have dark vision, and even then, it only goes so far. Anyone without it will be nearly blind in that pit.
Okay, I suppose I can go first. I'll cast light onto my staff, Ben, and begin moving on down the rope.
Jorkus, the soft whoosh of your cantrip illuminates the top of your staff with a gentle glow. You grip the rope and begin your descent into the cold well. As you lower yourself, the light from above shrinks away, replaced by the slow rhythm of your own breathing and the drip, drip echoing below. Go ahead and make an athletics check.
That's a 12. Is that okay?
That'll do. You descend with care, Jorkus. Your grip slips once on the slick rope, but you catch yourself before falling. The glowing staff swings slightly as you reach the mud-slicked bottom of the well, your boots landing with a soft splash on wet stone. For the rest of you coming down the well, go ahead and make an athletics check too. The DC is 10, so just let me know how you do.
That's a 14.
Tainted 20.
19.
15.
Each of you descends with steady hands and careful footing. Soft clinks of armor echo slightly throughout the well, as you all make your way down, though nothing alarming. As you all join Jorkus at the bottom, the smell of damp earth tinged with acrid rot fills your nose. What looks like the remains of an underground river snakes through this cavern, though a pile of dark rocks blocks its headstream. In the far corner is the source of that scent, a pile of carrion and sewage being dragged by a fleshy, three-legged creature.
Holy hells, it smells like ass down here. Would any of us know what that thing is, Ben?
Any of you can make a nature check, but it won't be an easy one.
Oh wow, I got a 19. Is that good enough?
Well done. You've heard about these things before, Donnie. Not many folks survive long enough to describe them, but the name stuck with you, an otyugh. They live in the filth, sewers, dumps, the underside of cities, anywhere there's waste. Your old home of Waterdeep provides plenty of it, hence the small bits of stories you've heard. This, however, is your first time seeing one, and as if to underline the moment, the creature stops dragging its meal and lifts its hideous head. One of its long, tentacle-like feelers flicks toward the glowing staff in Jorkus's hand. Roll for initiative, guys.
Oh crap, I probably should have put this thing out, huh?
Too late now, let's do this.
17. Guess the old man still moves quick when it counts.
Well, apparently I don't. I only got a 5.
It's okay, Donnie. I got a 6.
11's not too bad.
I got a 13, Ben.
Otyugh got a 3. Guess it's too busy deciding which one of you smells the most appetizing. All right, the creature shifts its weight, flesh squelching under its bulk. Sildar, you're up first. What do you do?
I think I might cast Bless on us. Who would like the extra dice?
I don't think I'll need it, Sildar. Use it on yourself.
Same. You, Donnie, and Gundar can use it since you'll probably be closer to this thing.
All right then, I'll cast Bless on Donnie, Gundar, and myself. I think I'm going to stand my ground here since we're higher up than it. Go ahead, Yorkus.
Oh man, I've missed getting into some action with you guys. I'm gonna use the circlet of blasting I found a while back, Ben. That's 3 scorching rays going at this thing.
You lift your hands up, Yorkus, softly touching the gem in the circlet. The stone grows warm under your fingers, a faint hum thrumming through the metal band. With a muttered incantation, a spark blooms inside the gem, then bursts outward into 3 blazing motes.
That's 2 14s to hit and a natural one.
All right, the 14's hit.
That's 18 fire damage.
The cavern walls flicker in the sudden light, shadows writhing like startled snakes. The creature lets out a low, guttural roar, tentacles snapping upward as the rays slam into its glistening hide. The first ray catches the otyugh square in its slick flank, searing a blackened scar through the mottled gray flesh. The second streak of fire punches into the base of a tentacle, the stench of burning rot wafting through the cavern like a foul wind. The third, however, fizzles from your fingertips mid-flight, sputtering into harmless embers before it even reaches the creature. Its eye stalks snap toward you, Yorkus, both locking on like the gaze of something that's already decided how you'll taste. A thick rope of drool swings from its jaw before splattering onto the cavern floor with a hiss.
All right, that's all for me. Let's see what you can do in a fight, Gundar.
Looks like we're all going to stay up here on the high ground, so I think I'll toss a guiding bolt at it. I'll be upcasting it to 2nd level.
Don't forget about Bless.
All right, that's a 27 total to hit, and 14 radiant damage.
A flash of silver-white light erupts from Gundar's holy symbol, streaking through the damp air like a shooting star. It slams into the otyugh's side with a crack of radiant energy, illuminating every slick wrinkle and wart of its hide in blinding brilliance. The creature bellows in pain, the sound wet and guttural, echoing off the cavern walls. Its tentacles recoil instinctively, curling protectively toward its body as if to shield itself from the searing glow. For a brief moment, its entire form glows faintly, marked by divine energy. The next strike against it will have advantage.
Great work, Gundar.
Appreciate it, Barthen. Before I pass, I'm also going to cast Shield of Faith onto Sildar. It'll raise his AC by 2.
A shimmering barrier of golden light shimmers into existence around Sildar, wrapping him in a faint, rippling aura. The magic hums softly for a heartbeat before settling against his armor like a second skin. You're up now, Barthen.
I'm going to first cast Hex on it. I'll give it disadvantage on strength checks. Then I'm going to move so that we're a bit more spread out just in case. From here, I'll cast 2 Eldritch Blasts.
Barthen stretches out a hand, his fingers curling into a subtle claw as his voice drops into a low, resonant murmur. A sickly ribbon of shadow peels away from the cavern wall, slithering through the air before coiling tightly around the otyugh's bulk. The creature flinches at the sudden chill, a faint, unnatural mark burning itself into its flesh. He then sidesteps along the cavern wall, boots squelching in the muck, putting a few strides of space between himself and the others on the high ground. He braces, both hands raised now, and with a sharp flick of his wrists, sends 2 crackling red bolts of eldritch energy screaming through the air.
That's a 23 and a 14 to hit. The 14 hits, right?
Yup, those are both gonna hit it.
Really good rolls. That's 23 damage from the blasts and 8 from the Hex.
Both bolts smash into the otyugh with thunderous impact, each strike splattering the cavern floor with chunks of scorched, glistening flesh. The Hex flares with each impact, its shadowy tendrils biting deeper into the wound like barbed hooks. The otyugh shrieks, a wet, ear-splitting cry that echoes through the cavern, its tentacles writhing wildly in pain and rage. Donnie, this thing is looking rough, but it's still got enough fight in it to take a few of you with it if you're not careful. What's your move?
I think I'm going to hold my action to attack until it gets closer. That way we can stay up high.
All right, it's the otyugh's turn then. It lumbers across the cavern, its eye stalks swaying, fixating on the cluster of you above. It's unable to reach any of you to bite, but it is able to reach you with its tendrils. It'll be attacking Donnie and Yorkus. You can take your attack now, Donnie.
Crap, only a 13 even with Bless.
That'll miss. Sorry, bud. That's a 17 to hit you, Donnie, and a 22 to hit you, Yorkus.
That just hits me.
Looks like I'm getting hit, even if I cast Shield.
I'm next to Donnie, so can I use my protection ability to give it disadvantage on him?
Sure, let me roll again for him. Oh, dang, that rolls even higher.
Damn it.
Both tendrils lash upward in a blur of slick, mottled flesh, striking with far more precision than something this grotesque has any right to. Sildar steps forward, shield flashing as he tries to bat the tendril away from Donnie, but the otyugh adjusts mid-strike, its grip snapping shut even harder than before. One tendril slams into Donnie, wrapping tight around his torso and pinning his weapon arm in place. The other coils around Yorkis's chest, the pressure immediately forcing the air from his lungs. That's 11 damage to both of you. Both Donnie and Yorkis are grappled and restrained, hauled toward the cavern edge. The creature lets out a guttural, bubbling grunt of satisfaction, its eye stalks swiveling to leer at the rest of you. You're up, Sildar.
Well, it's not great that they're way up in the air now, dangling over the cavern. I suppose all we can do is try to bring this thing down as quick as we can. I'm going to take 2 swings with my blade. All right, both of those hit. Max damage on the second hit. That's a total of 17 radiant damage from my Sunblade.
The Sunblade flares to life in Sildar's hands, flooding the cavern with a brilliant, searing light that cuts through the reek of rot. With a sharp battle cry, he brings the blade down in a sweeping arc. The first strike carves a blazing gouge through the otyugh's thick hide, while the second swing crashes down with perfect precision, the radiant edge slicing deep into one of the tentacles. The strike bursts in a flash of white gold light, filling the chamber. The otyugh bellows, its body shudders under the assault, ichor pouring from the smoking wounds, and the stench of scorched corruption fills your lungs.
See if you can break free from that thing, Jorkis.
All right, what do I need to roll, Ben?
Roll either an acrobatics or athletics check against the otyugh's strength check.
Don't forget I hexed its strength.
That's right, nicely done.
I got a 14, Ben.
Unlucky. Even with disadvantage, it got a 16. Yorkis strains against the crushing pressure, twisting his shoulders and trying to slip free, but the otyugh's grip only tightens.
Hey, we'd appreciate some help here, guys.
Well, I'll try my best. I'll cast Magic Weapon on my Warhammer as a bonus action, Ben. That'll make it magical and give me a +1 to attack and damage rolls.
Gundar mutters a quick prayer to Moradin, his fingers brushing across the engraved runes along his Warhammer. The metal hums in response, faint runic light crawling up the weapon's length before settling in a steady glow. The air around it vibrates with the low, resonant thrum of divine magic.
Okay, that's a 15 to hit and 8 damage.
The enchanted Warhammer slams into the otyugh's thrashing limb with a sickening crunch, the divine magic exploding through the blow in a burst of pale gold light. The tentacle jerks violently, its grip on Yorkis loosening for the first time since it grabbed him. Yorkis, you feel the pressure around your ribs ease slightly, not enough to completely break free, but enough that you can take a full breath without feeling your bones creak.
That's a bit better, thanks, Gundar.
Yeah, sure.
Barben, you've still got the hex running, and the thing's looking hurt. What do you do?
2 more Eldritch Blasts. It worked well last time. Only one of those hits. But that's max damage on the blast, and an additional 5 from Hex. 20 damage total.
You're getting really good damage, Barben. Nice.
Thanks, man.
The first bolt of crackling red energy streaks wide, sizzling harmlessly into the damp cavern wall and showering the area with sparks. But the second finds its mark perfectly, slamming into the otyugh's side with a violent crack. The hex flares like black fire at the point of impact, shadowy tendrils burrowing deeper into the wound and tearing it wider from within. This thing is in terrible shape, Donnie. What's your move?
Fuck it, I'm going to try to attack it.
Okay, you'll be able to attack, but you'll have disadvantage on them.
Get this damn thing off of me. That's a tainted 20 and a 13.
One of those will hit.
That's 8 damage. Is it dead finally?
Your blade hacks into the otyugh's slick hide, biting deep enough to make it convulse in pain. A spurt of black ichor sprays across your armor, hot and foul-smelling, and the creature lets out a final furious gurgle that rattles the cavern walls. But it's still clinging on. Barely. Its legs tremble under its own weight, and one tentacle hangs limp, twitching weakly. The other, though, is still locked tight around you, the muscles quivering with stubborn, dying rage. The otyugh sways, before lifting both Donnie and Yorkis high into the damp cavern air. Its tentacles coil tight for a moment, then it slams the 2 of them downward with brutal force, right on top of Sildar and Gundar below. Sildar and Gundar, make a dex save to avoid getting flattened beneath your companions. Donnie and Yorkis, make con saves to avoid being completely stunned by this slam.
Shit, that's only a 4.
Not much better for me, 12.
All right, what about you two?
I got a 14.
Another tainted 20.
Donnie and Yorkus crash down hard, but you both manage to brace at the last instant. Donnie rolling his shoulder to take the impact, Yorkus tucking his chin and hitting in a controlled sprawl. The wind's knocked from you, but you're still in the fight. Sildar and Gundar aren't so lucky. The two of you take the full brunt of the falling bodies, a tangle of limbs, armor, and weapons, slamming you down into the slick stone. Sildar and Gundar, you both take 14 damage from the attack, while Donnie and Yorkus take half of that and manage to avoid being stunned. Sildar, you're battered and half buried under your companions, but the beast is barely clinging to life.
I failed my concentration for Bless, but I'm taking 2 swings at this thing. Enough of this. That's an 18 and 23 to hit, a total of 16 radiant from both hits.
Sildar shoves himself up from beneath the pile, boots grinding in the muck. The sunblade flares in his hands one last time, casting the cavern in blinding golden light. With a sharp cry, he drives the first slash across the otyugh's chest, radiant energy ripping through its rubbery hide. Before it can even roar in pain, the second blow comes in low and vicious, cleaving deep into its center. The otyugh lets out a final rattling bellow that gurgles into silence as its bulk collapses into the muck with a heavy whump. Its tentacles twitch twice, then fall still. The stench of scorched rot fills the air, mingling with the damp smell of the cavern. Donnie and Yorkus, the force of the kill strike jolts you from its grasp, sending you tumbling the last few feet to the ground. You each take 4 damage from the fall before finding your footing again. The chamber is suddenly quiet, save for the slow drip of water and the ragged breathing of the party. The nightmare under Barthen's well is no more. Well done.